Loud wolf howls incoming. Unfortunately, you cannot skip that. So, last time, we just started, it's day 2. We were meeting a lot of the people of the town. We did find a weird, creepy monastery, and we have a sign of the Dark One, which we got from the cave we escaped from at the beginning. And that seems to open the door. But we couldn't really figure out what we're supposed to do inside. Since it is morning, we're going to start our day off with some breakfast.
It's a typical country breakfast. Fried beets and sausage with garlic for a garnish.
Everything's got garlic in it here. Can we ask you anything else?
This inn used to do a steady business before this swamp prevented traders and tourists from coming. Now we mostly make our money off of food and drink.
How about the castle?
The castle was once that of the boyar. Now we do not know who lives there.
It sounds like something that might be important to know. So, townspeople?
Besides the ones that come in here in the evening, there are quite a few others. You probably have met the shopkeeper, the gravedigger, and the burgomeister. And then there's Nikolai, and that crazy Dr. Cranium.
Hey, tell me about Nikolai.
He is a harmless old man who wanders around looking for his dead wife. It must be a shame to grow old all alone.
And yeah, we met him. He's really concerned about Anna. And nothing else matters or even registers to him. It is kind of sad. So, Dr. Cranium.
Dr. Cranium came to Mordavia several years before the swamp closed off the pass. No one knows much about him, but no one trusts him. It is rumored that he conducts strange experiments.
Hey, tell me about the shopkeeper, since she loves gossip, so I bet you do too.
The shopkeeper knows everything that goes on in town. She also makes a delicious avocado and garlic sandwich, which she sells as rations.
Rar and stuff, BP. Avocado and garlic sandwiches sounds terrible. Tell me about the Burgomeister.
The burgomeister keeps to himself and lives in his office.
And that's all you got to say about that. Okay. Tell me about Igor.
The gravedigger is a strange one, though he is a good carver of tombstones and digger of graves.
Okay, tell me about the forest.
I know little of the forest, for I seldom leave my inn. You should speak with the burgomeister. Perhaps he can tell you more about it.
How are you doing today?
I am well, as always.
Good to hear. Heard any rumors?
I do not gossip.
Alright, well. Bye.
The innkeeper
He just
don't
nods.
have
Oh yeah, we don't have any sandwiches. Guess we need to buy some. As terrible as they are, it's what we have to eat.
Still you remain. It is a wonder you have managed to live so long.
Oh, we've not really left town. It's relatively safe here as long as you don't go near the monastery and get eaten.
It's you again. It's been a quiet day so far.
Let's see, money bags. Buy a few sandwiches, that way we'll be covered. And let's see, we've got shopping bag, got garlic, we got candy. I think we've got one of everything else she sells.
That's my...
Let's go to the Adventurers Guild, do a little bit of exercise, and then head out. Or, no, not out. We still have a little bit of business left in town.
This is a little too easy now. You need to add more weight.
Oh, we're getting swole.
You pick up 2 of the metal weights and put 1 in each of the baskets.
That actually hurts us a little
Your
bit,
legs
too.
are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Drains up nearly all of our stamina, but that's fine. How'd that do for our stats? 238 strength. That's low. Can visit Dr. Cranium, and this time we can actually ask him about the potions and give him the correct formulas. Hey Nikolai, how you doing?
You greet the old man.
Good day. Have you seen my Anna? I am looking for my wife. She's been gone too long. I am trying to find Anna.
No, tell me about her.
Anna is so beautiful. I love her dearly. Have you seen Anna? I am looking for her.
That's all he's got to say about it.
Tell the old man goodbye.
If you see Anna, tell her I am looking for her.
Ah, you're just in time to witness a magnificent scientific experiment. I have managed to harness the very primal force of lightning at my beck and call. Now I shall use it to create life itself. Watch this. That was not quite the experimental result I expected. But never mind that. It is merely a momentary setback in the annals of science. I shall readjust the magnetic electrical stimulation system and try again another day.
And his reaction to getting electrocuted is about the same reaction that monsters have when we shove lightning in their faces. He just kind of stands there a little bit confused and perplexed, and we'll try that again later.
You say hello to the scientist.
It is good to see you again. I trust the Antwerps gave you no trouble?
I think we've already talked about ourselves, but how about Spielberg? Well, let's go down the line.
You start to tell Dr. Cranium about yourself and your adventures, but he quickly interrupts.
But there is nothing so adventurous as pursuing a career in science. Did you know, for instance, that simple scientific principles can be applied to the creation of potions for healing and curing poison?
Guess he doesn't care about that, but hey, what about Spielberg? You ever heard of this place?
You tell Dr. Cranium about your first adventures in the Spielberg Valley. Seems vaguely interested in your tales of the Baron and his children, but his eyes positively light up when you mention the Antwerp.
Ah, so you are the Spielberg hero. I went there on an Antwerp gathering expedition a few months ago. The people there are still talking about your adventures.
You continue by telling Dr. Cranium of your encounters with the eccentric wizard Erasmus, the deadly kobold magic user, and the ogress Baba Yaga.
Turned her into a frog? Oh, such poppycock. There is a perfectly straightforward scientific explanation for all of those events. There is no such thing as magic.
You know, if you lived in a world where magic was just common, it'd be really hard to not believe in it. How are you doing, Dr. Cranium?
Oh, I have been better. The failure of my MESS was a shocking experience, I can tell you.
Hey, tell me about science.
Understanding and harnessing the power of nature is just one aspect of science. By observing and performing experiments based on the observations, the scientist increases our understanding of the world around us.
Well, we already know that he doesn't make stamina potions, he just tells you to get exercise, right?
If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups.
Yep. Eat right and work out, and that's science. What about healing potions?
Something is quite wrong. I gave a sample of the healing drink made from your formula to a chicken, and it turned into a garden snake, and it slithered off. It is lucky that you were not the first to try it.
Well, we
Now,
didn't even
if
give you a
can just
formula.
recall the correct formula, I will be able to create some proper healing drinks.
Okay, Yammer. Well, let's just flip over to the manual. You know what? Let's also blip. So we are looking for Yammer. We've got Alkazot's Betazine Cranomil, Deserton, Elkhorn, Flegnitz, Gargoyle, Hintline. Is it really called Hintline? Ick Yuck Goop. Jolene. Kickapatui. Laxabiff. Mexicolism. Noxipew. Penticle. Quixolatl and Rumburn. Just something. Tamlin. Ultimo. Volt Offen. Wambo. Zasperil. Here we go, Yammer. It's wind, pizza, wind, water, and pizza. So, wind, pizza, wind, water, and pizza.
Thank you. With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
And
Here you are, one freshly brewed universal poison antidote.
you only have to give him the formula once for each potion. Give me a flask.
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course, of course. I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one.
So I think that gives us 2. So tell me about Mordavia.
Oh, this is a sad, ignorant land where everyone seems to think more of magic than of science. Still, it is a good place for a scientist to work. There are many fascinating monsters to study, and I can get all the dead bodies I need.
I think that was the same thing you said before. Tell me about Antwerps.
Antwerps are a truly fascinating species. They reproduce by splitting into a number of tiny Antwerps, each with their own genetic code. They cannot split voluntarily, however. They only reproduce when cut or stabbed. My test Antwerps came from Spielberg Valley, where there was an Antwerp population explosion last spring.
So what he's referring to is something that I didn't even know was in the game, and that Antwerp that you see outside the secret entrance to the bandits' hideout, if you keep harassing it until it jumps away, then you leave, and as you're traveling through the forest, it'll eventually come down onto you. And as it's coming down, you can hold up your weapon, it'll land on it, and split into a whole bunch of little Antwerps and run away. I believe the implication is that we did do that, and that's why there are so many Antwerps there now. However, we didn't do that, because I didn't know about it. I thought it would just jump into the air, land on you, and you died, and that was it. Which is why anytime it jumped away, I just reloaded. So anyway, that's that. That's what he's referring to. Lightning!
I have come to the conclusion that lightning is electrical in nature, which would put it in the realm of fire. Fortunately, there have been an increasing number of storms here lately, so I have been able to harness some of the lightning and store it for experimental use.
Life force?
I am convinced that the primal force of life is electrical in nature. Of course, it must also involve water for life, and pizza, without which life would be boring.
I ordered a pizza the other day. Life is a lot better when you have it. Tell me about the old man outside.
My neighbor Nikolai is not actually as old as he now appears. He has been very unhappy since his wife's disappearance some 15 years ago. I can understand his disappointment. She never brought me back the berries I needed for an experiment.
What? How dare she? Just going out into the forest to find your berries and then dying.
You say goodbye.
Oh, it is always a pleasure to have one such as you visit. Perhaps I should wait a day or two before resuming my Frankie experiment. It is very important that the right person stay in charge here.
We also need to use this thing again. Your Antwerp has now been processed. Do you wish to identify another animal? Yes. Does it have legs? Yes. Does it have more than one? What if I say no? It's probably a banana slug on a pogo stick. Try this again, but forget the pogo stick next time. Well, now I'm curious. So, yeah, we want to identify. It has no legs. Is it yellow, slimy, and banana-shaped? Yes. You want a banana slug. I can't imagine why. Try feeding it bananas, but watch out for the orangutans. Yes, another animal. No, and no. Does it float? Oh, wow, this just keeps going. Yes. You want a styrofoam coffee cup. Sorry, they're environmentally unsound. Perhaps, besides, styrofoam hasn't been invented yet. Okay, like, floats on water. Yes. No. 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 Sounds like you need a ceramic coffee mug. Try sprinkling a little sugar and cream into the receptacle. It does have legs. It does have more than one. Does it have more than two? No. Do you like hot fudge sundaes? Well, yes. Then I suggest you put a hot fudge sundae in the receptacle, start eating it, and push the activate button. Yes, it has legs, has more than one. It doesn't have more than two, though. No, I don't like hot fudge sundaes, which is a lie. Forget it then, I refuse to deal with anyone who doesn't like hot fudge sundaes. Try again. It has legs. It has more than two. It doesn't have more than three, though. 3 legs? That's a monkey on a pogo stick. Trap it with bubblegum. Ooh, thunder. Well, hopefully I don't lose power. Does it have legs? Yes. More than 1. More than 2. More than 3. No, it doesn't have more than 4. And is it an animal which has 4 legs and flies? We'll say yes. A horse has 4 legs and flies. Use a fly swatter to get rid of the flies, and then pay your way with hay. Yep. More than 3, not more than 4. No, it doesn't floor. I'd be lying if I told you to catch a tiger by the tail, so what else is new? Alright, it's got more than 4 legs. It's getting tricky. Does your animal have more than 5? No. It's an elephant on a pogo stick. Try putting some peanut butter on the ground. Alright, let's see. It has more than 5 legs. Does it have exactly 6 legs? Yes. Does it look like a cross between an octopus and a squid, only with fewer tentacles? We've seen that thing before. Yeah. Well, hexapods mostly eat heroes. Sounds like a good idea to you? No. I was wondering. Well, in a pinch, a clove of garlic will do. So hexapods eat garlic. Well, now we know what to do in here.
Bad place.
It's okay, Igor. You've seen us do this before.
You push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door. It fits perfectly.
And, oh look, there's a hexapod right up there. Here, you want this?
Hector the hexapod happily gorges itself on the garlic. Hector looks much less hungry and perhaps a little less dangerous now.
Oh, so that's how you solve that problem. Although, we're also a wizard.
You've managed to damage the hexapod slightly. You've managed to...
Are we actually... Should we try something else?
You've...
Maybe fire?
After you bombard the poor creature for a bit, it dies. Poor Hector.
Poor Hector.
There is a cold feeling down here that chills your bones and sets the hairs on the nape of your neck on end. There is a musty odor of mold and mildew mingling with the sickeningly sweet smell of decaying flesh. Welcome to your nightmare.
Let's look around.
The huge barrel is labeled Cask of Amontillado. This must be the fabled spirit that provided most of the income and fame of the monastic order here. It is rumored to provide strange and mystical visions to those who taste freely of its contents. You've seen some pretty ridiculous things in your time, and that's certainly one of them. These bizarre creatures are only stone carvings, you hope. Above the altar is the sign of the Dark One, surrounded by arcane letters. A notch next to the A makes you think that perhaps that is some sort of starting point for the letters.
Yes, arcane letters, plain English. Avuzal, or Alzuv.
These bizarre creatures are a number of barrels stacked and strewn about show that this room was used for storage, as well as unspeakable acts. The roll-top desk is spotted with dark and ominous stains.
Well, how about we just go ahead and we save? And let's just open this sucker up.
The desk is, naturally, locked.
Maybe we did just save. Oh, our guy moves out of the way. Okay.
Swirling cloud of undoubtedly poisonous gas surrounds the desk for a few seconds after your spell opens it. Then the cloud subsides. You rifle through the Mad Monk's desk and find the diary of Amontillado. Boy, was this guy wacko. Reading this makes your head hurt. However, it does give you some information about the Dark One rituals. It said something about the first ritual being placed within the Mad Monk's tombstone, there to be forever guarded by followers. The second ritual shall be placed in the Stone of Squids, and revealed only by the light of a dead child's soul. The next ritual shall be placed in the hollow of the Hangman's Tree, and guarded by the spirit of the dead which remains there. The blood ritual shall be concealed magically within the monastery, and only he who willingly seeks dark visions shall find it. The mouth ritual shall be placed in the great arch itself, under the Dark One's sign. And the heart ritual shall be given to someone named Gregor for safekeeping. Now there's another note on this page in another's handwriting. Gregor is missing in the forest and probably dead. Yet where is the heart ritual?
Get some dripping here.
The huge barrel is labeled.
Okay, well, let's check out these dark visions. You did mention that...
Tap the huge cask of Amontillado. This is the strongest stuff you've ever tasted, assuming that you're not an aficionado of dragon's breath. Bottoms up. Man, have you got a headache? Fortunately, the Dark One rising seems to have been just a vision, not the reality. Yet. A scroll has formed from the cask's wine droplets.
Chernobog? Yeah, from the Fantasia
The
movie?
rolled paper on the floor. It has a symbol of a drop of blood at the top and the inscription, Ritual of Blood. You can't read any of the other writing on it. The ritual isn't designed to be used that way. You need to read it in the appropriate place at the correct time.
Come on, get up there. Stairs, stairs. There we go.
It's a six-tentacled octopus.
Nope, same description.
You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monastery door, then quickly step away before the Hectopus can react.
Still you
Yeah, you already said that.